Welcome to YOUCANIC. In this video, we're gonna answer a question that we get sometimes, and it is, why do I keep getting cars flashing their high beams at me when I'm driving at night? So the reason why other incoming traffic is flashing the lights at you is because your lights are too bright, and that can happen for a few reasons. Of course, the first, most obvious one is that just make sure your high beams are turned off. Here, where the turn signal, if you push that stack forwards, you turn on the high beams, or on some cars, if you pull it towards you a couple of times, turns the high beams on and off. But you probably have already checked that. The second reason why that happens is because you might have installed LED light bulbs that are just way too bright for the vehicle. These days you can get LED light bulbs that can output 20 or 30,000 lumens, and that's just excessive, and that's too bright. And the problem with the high beams is the beam pattern is not proper. So right here, this car has HIDs, for example, and you can see how the pattern should look of the low beams. But when you have LED light bulbs, the pattern is all over. You'll have light shining up, and it just, because projector headlights that are not really designed for LED light bulbs. Second is, if you put the proper light bulbs in there, so if you got halogen light bulbs and you put halogen light bulbs, but you're still getting cars that are flashing the beams at you, I want you to do one thing. Take your car at nighttime and park in front of a wall like this. Go get close to the wall, mark the level of your headlights, put a tape right where that as high as your headlights are or come, and then drive 25 feet back, and then see if that line there is above or below. If you're shooting too high with the projector light, what it might have happened is that the light that you have installed is not seated properly on the back of the housing. So if the light bulb it's even tilted a little bit up or down, or it's not seated properly on your headlight, last time whenever you change the light bulb, you might have a light bulb that's it's sending the beam up instead of sending it, projecting down. The other problem that we see a lot is that a car might have been in an accident, and what happens since the whole headlight assembly gets shifted, and now instead of the low beam shooting down, your low beam is shooting up. So again, do this thing where you are 25 feet from the wall and just check your low beam pattern and make sure that your low beams are shooting down. You don't have anything above that, horizontal line right there, as you can see here in this case. And if you do, the headlights do have, you can do some adjustments. If you look at the headlights themselves, they will have usually screws that adjust the projector up and down, so you can bring the projector down, so you are below that headlight line that you marked on the wall earlier. And you can, if you do find that that is what the problem is with your car, you can go ahead and look at other videos on how to adjust your headlight projectors. Hopefully your headlights are not damaged or broken, and because the adjustment only allows for so much. So if a car has bent fenders or bumper and stuff like that, and the headlight is completely out of alignment, the little alignment screws that the headlight has is probably not going to compensate enough to fix your low beam issue. So anyway, so those are some of the most common issues that we see with cars, that and some of the most common reasons why people will probably be flashing your lights, high beams at you, thinking that your high beams are on, but in fact you might be driving with the low beams on. Thank you for watching YOUCANIC, where you can be the mechanic.